Hello, ladies and gentlemen, 'tis I, Michael A. Grimm, aka the Multi-Voice. I'm many voices, but one opinion. And today, one thing I have to say, I mean, there are some certain crossover ideas with most of the franchises and such, and I always kept thinking that in Doctor Who franchise, I think the Doctor should be in the DC universe. I think it'd be a lot appropriate to have the Doctor get involved in the DC universe. And I know why I say that I want him to be in the DC universe, because I think he'll be a lot better being in the DC universe, meeting all the DC superheroes. And of course, you know me, I'm always a big fan of the DC superheroes. And of course, I know some people would say during the time when Disney Plus had their own Doctor Who series with Judicatois, which they ended the series and it's still on a goddamn hiatus. I wish they would stop and just move on to a new series, for crying out loud. And I know some of you might be thinking, would the Doctor be in the Marvel Universe? Well, believe it or not, it did. I mean, heck, back then, DC did thought about having the Doctor from Doctor Who in their comics, but they kind of declined it, and I wish they didn't. But Marvel did when they made a deal with a British comic book company, and then they sent it over to America and call it Marvel UK. And their company, they had their Doctor Who first issue of Doctor Who back in 1984. Year before I was born. I was born in 85. And yes, that looks familiar. It's the one that they based the 60th anniversary from. But of course, believe it or not, Marvel UK did not only had the rights for Doctor Who, they also had the rights for Transformers in the same year. Now, to be honest, I know some of you are wondering why I never reviewed any of the Transformers. Well, to be honest, I was never a big fan of Transformers. Back then, I did enjoy Generation 1, the old cartoons, and my favorite has always been Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots. Autobots, transform and roll out! Pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. Robots battle me, that's a sin. I'm here to roll out, I'm here to roll out. Jump up, your hand to jump around. Jump, 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 jump. Jump up, and roll out! Jump, 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 jump. Jump up, and roll out! Megatron shows up, I'll be slapping that hoe. I'm here to roll out, I'm here to roll out. Sorry, I got that one song stuck in my head with that Optimus Prime impression. But anyway, one thing that did kind of surprise me. Did you know that the Marvel UK had a character that pretty much became a bridge between Transformers and Doctor Who and the Marvel Universe? Believe it or not, they had a character who goes by the name of Death's Head. And for those of you who don't know who Death's Head is, well, Death's Head is from a planet called Starakos. And for those of you who wants to know what planet that is, Starakos is a planet where there is technology and magic. So pretty much that planet is filled with robots and sorcerers. So they're magical robots. You know, they should have a planet with magical robots. Something that Star Wars never thought of. I mean, how come they never had a drone who has the Force? But, and of course, one thing about Death's Head, he is actually a bounty hunter, but he refused to be called bounty hunter. What he is, he likes to be called a freelance peacekeeping agent. A freelance peacekeeping agent, not bounty hunter. Yeah. So if you meet Death's Head, don't ever call him a bounty hunter. Just call him a freelance peacekeeping agent. And that's a lot for him to say. So I think they would have shortened it with FPA. He's an FPA. But his first appearance did appear in Transformers. In this issue, Transformers number 113. And this comic book takes place before the Transformers movie. And I've seen that movie. I kind of wept over the death of Optimus Prime. And they had that one character named Hot Rod who now becomes a new leader called Rodimus Prime, which I've heard that all the Transformers fan really hated that character. And I don't blame them. I don't even like him myself. And of course, they introduced this new bad character who's like a Transformers version of Galactus, who goes by the name of Unicron, and also turned Megatron into Galvatron. But how the story goes, Death's Head was sent to Cybertron because he was sent to hunt down and kill Galvatron. And then in the later issues, he was even sent to hunt down and kill Unicron's head that is still alive. That's interesting. But of course, him being in the Transformers, turns out that some of the writers of the comics was a big fan of Doctor Who, that even the Doctor appeared right in front of Death's Head in this one Doctor Who magazine called Crossroads of Time, where we have Sylvester McCoy's Doctor in it, and he meets Death's Head, and he knew that he was a big giant robot like all the other Cybertronians, so he had a device to shrink him into normal size so he could be the same height as everybody else. And that was the only time that well, not the last time, but that's the first time that he ever met the Doctor. And then they made they liked the character so much, they have decided to do like a spin-off comics of Death's Head, and how he gets involved with the Doctor again. Well, that started in Death's Head issue number 8. And this one, they introduce a character who is actually part of the Doctor Who lore, a big frog-like fella who goes by the name of Joa W. Dogbolter. He is this evil businessman from another planet who wants the Doctor out of the way, and he hired Death's Head to find the Doctor and destroyed him, and he put a sort of electronic backpack in his back, lied to him that it's a time machine, but it turns out it was a bomb. And one thing I know about Josa W. Dogbolter, he even appeared in the Doctor Who Big Finish. 2 of them, actually. The first one and the second one. And, but of course, Jova's pretty much part of the Doctor Who lore. But anyway, back in the comic with Death's Head, in Death's Head issue number 9, that's where the Doctor, in issue 8, he destroyed a device off his back, and decided to find a planet for him to end up in. And he ended up on top of the Baxter building, and that's where he meets the Thing in Death's Head issue number 9. And you know what? I got really interested in Death's Head so much that I decided to do a fan-made audio drama that is loosely based from the comic, but sadly I don't want to put the Transformers into it because the Transformers is way too big for my doctor to get involved. But I decided to make this issue called Death's Head and the Crossfire. In this one, I'm kind of basing it from the comic, but he doesn't end up in Cybertron. He ends up in the war between the Cybermen and the Daleks, and the planet that takes place is actually the Cyberman's planet called Mondas. And for those of you who don't know about Mandos, actually, Mandas is actually the planet where the Cybermen came from. And the planet itself, it's very similar to America. I mean, it's very similar to Earth, except it's upside down. So pretty much our planet, Australia is a country down under, but in Mondas, Australia is on top, and America and England and China and Russia is down under. Except the planet itself is moving away from the solar system, away from the sun. So everybody in that planet tried to survive by turning themselves into Cybermen. You know, rebuilding their body with cyber tech and everything in order to survive. And of course, in this one, Death's Head is sent to kill the Dalek Emperor because his witch Pyra summoned him to go and find the Dalek Emperor and kill him before the Daleks invade their planet. And of course, I'm going to end the audio the same way that how it ended in the comics. And of course, Hannah, my companion, she starts rooting for the Daleks, but I start telling her about what the Daleks did to Gallifrey, and now she feels bad, so she starts helping me help Death's Head find the Emperor. And believe it or not, I also have a friend of mine from Ohio who goes by the name of Luke Lane, and he's having an idea of his doctor getting involved with Death's Head. So he's going to let me do my part with Death's Head, and then I'm let him do his part with Death's Head as well. So, good luck to you, Luke. But in the comics, on the other hand, since the OG Death's Head, since now in the 90s, Doctor Who is no longer owned by Marvel, and neither does the Transformers, so they decided to make themselves a new Death's Head, so therefore they created Death's Head 2 in 1992. And this Death's Head, he's definitely a bounty hunter and proud, and his personality is sort of combined between the Terminator and the Predator. And it was during the time when the Terminator and Predator were the most popular franchises in the 90s. While Marvel, on the other hand, they decided to create another character as a Doctor Who replacement. So they created this one character who is part of the TVA, calls himself Dr. Justin Alphone Gamb. And believe it or not, that character had a cameo in the TV series Loki. And there's the live action version of Dr. Gamb. But to me, that's the only thing that I want my doctor involved with Marvel, and since now Disney is no longer getting involved with Doctor Who, since they only did the 60th anniversary and the series with Judy Gatwa, and then they left it in the cliffhanger. which I mentioned before, and everybody kept saying about what are we going to be expecting on the Doctor Who. But at least we have a lot of Doctor Who fans and Big Finish to help satisfy us until they finally make a brand new series. I mean, there's tons of Doctor Who comics, tons of Doctor Who novels, Doctor Who Big Finish, and also a lot of audio and live action fan made Doctor Who here on YouTube. I mean, heck, I'm one of them. And I've been planning Doctor Who in DC for a long time. I mean, heck, ever since I got kicked out of that second Doctor Who group, I wanted to do this one audio just to get back at them, and that's where I decided to take the comic look of this fan made comic art of Doctor Who meets Superman, but of course make my own version and calling it, but of course make my own idea of, I mean, taken from the old idea I had of my crossover theory, and did this one, Doctor Who Gallifrey. I mean, multi voice saga, and this one it's called When the Time Lord Meets the Man of Steel. That was a quick project that I made, and then after that, I decided to continue. So I decided to do another one, which is Lobo's Price on the Doctor's Head. I thought my doctor should meet Lobo. And of course, I did one Marvel with Guardians of the Galaxy, but that's either here or there. But, and of course, another one I did, well, let's just say that Lex Luthor pissed me off so much, I decided to do one where my doctor deal with Lex Luthor, and I made this audio called A Score to Settle with Lex Luthor. And for those of you who are wondering, am I going to be making some more? Hell yeah. I got a couple of ideas that I'm planning to do. I haven't started doing a script of them yet, but sooner or later I will. I'm working on where my doctor get involved with the Blue Lantern Corps. On this one I call Where Hope Burns Bright. Where my doctor, he starts having the Green Lantern ring, but it turns out that he's strong enough for Hope, so he has the Blue Lantern ring, while one Dalek has the Sinestro Corps ring, and the other one has the Red Lantern ring. Fear and Rage, which that's what the Dalek have. I mean, they have fear and rage. And then I remember in the first audio, the one with my doctor and Superman, I mean, my doctor asked Supergirl out on a date, so I'm planning to create a audio ASMR of Supergirl's date with the doctor. Except this time I'm just going to be doing the voice of my doctor, and you are going to be filling in the shoes for Supergirl, going through her experience, exploring the TARDIS, and enjoying the date with this doctor here. And I'm also thinking about creating a huge finale with my doctor in the DC universe, and this one is going to be a real biggie. This one I call Saving Earth from Apocalypse. In this one, my doctor reunites with Superman, Lobo, and Green Lantern, but also meets Martian Manhunter, and also Batman and Wonder Woman. And of course, they start helping him defeat against the Omega Daleks that Darkseid have control. Now Darkseid had took a bunch of Daleks and have them under his control, and I'm helping Orion succeed in the prophecy, because in the New Gods prophecy, Darkseid will be destroyed by his son Orion. So my doctor is fulfilling the prophecy and helping Orion defeat Darkseid. And that was the biggest event I was planning. I haven't been doing any of the scripts yet, but as soon as I got a lot of inspiration, a lot of ideas for it, I'll write it down on the script. Right now, I just got Death's Head on the script that I'm still working on, and of course, two other Doctor Who that I did mention before. Well, this is my talk for the day. If any of you Doctor Who fans and DC fan and Marvel fans like the idea that I'm sharing, please leave a comment down below, hit like and subscribe for more. And I'm the multi-voice doctor. I remember so I could jog your memory. So, see you guys soon.